Hey everybody, it's Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to have a fun little lesson where we just take a look at some fast acoustic guitar licks, but they are actually facilitated and made easier by using a capo. Now it's a capo, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter. But we have a capo here at the 3rd fret. Now what this does, and you can see if you download the tablature for this lesson, that when I'm doing these pull-offs to an open string, the capo makes the action of the strings very, very low, which makes them easier to do these pull-offs. And then at the same time, it keeps the string from moving around after I do the pull-off due to the tension that it creates. So it's a lot easier to get these little pull-off figures going when you have a capo and you're doing it right in front of the capo. As soon as you get used to the tension, it's pretty easy to get these licks up to a fast tempo without really much effort. So let's take a look here. Now on the tab, all of the tab numbers are relative to the capo. So if there's a number tab 2 on the E string, that is 2 frets above the capo, and all the open strings are just the capo, so it's really the 3rd fret. All right, so all we're really basing this whole lick around is just your standard A minor pentatonic scale at the 5th fret, and you're just going to get the pattern down. So let's start here. We're going to pick with the thumb on the 5th string, the open string, and then we're going to have your 2nd fret here on the high E string, and you're going to pull that off. Now I'm picking these. I didn't write the fingerings out for the finger picking here because it's really up to you. I'll show you kind of what I'm doing. My middle finger gets this top note, and I'm doing this whole exercises with just these 2 fingers. Then I come over to the 5th fret on the B string, or the 8th fret if you want to see it as that, and I pick that with my thumb as well. And then back to the open high E string with my middle finger. Then back down with the thumb on the 2nd string, pull 2 to 0. And then just using my middle finger for both, I'm going to pull off 5 to 0 on the high E string, then 2 to 0. Notice I'm letting this note on this open 5th string that I hit on with the very beginning of the measure, I'll let it ring as much as possible. In fact, let all these things, if you have notes on adjacent strings, let them ring together. And then we have the 5 on the B string back to the open E string, and then the 2 pull off to 0 on the B string twice. So we have okay, so that's the first 2 measures. It's just repeated twice. Then we take the exact same pattern over to the 2nd and 3rd strings. The only difference is remember in that A minor pentatonic scale we had the 5th and the 8th fret on both strings. On these 2 strings we still have the 5 and 8 on the B string, but it's 7 and 5, or if you want to look at the tab, 4 and 2 above the capo. So we have the same thing with those fingers. Now I'm also going to be picking the low E string with it. So both of those together. Alright, so those are all 16th notes, and then in measure 5 we're going to take it to a different pattern that we're going to end. This is a cool descending lick. We're going to go and hit the first, back to the A string here with your thumb. We're going to pick the 5th fret on top and pull off 2, then 0. So you hit that low A string with it, then come over and grab the 5th fret on the B, then go back to the high E string. I grab that B string with my thumb and the high E with my middle finger. So we have, and then I start the whole pattern again, letting this note ring out as much as possible. And I'm going to start this pattern with my thumb now. 5, pull it off to 2, pull it off to 0, over to the 4, of course, because that's the fingering for the A minor pentatonic. Pick that with your thumb, and then the second finger, the middle finger, rather, is going to take the B string. So we have continue this pattern all the way to the next 2 strings. The next 2. See, you hear that if you can let those notes ring open together. Sounds really cool. And then so we have with the bass note. One more time. And then pick the low 6th string with your thumb. Pull all the way down from to the 2nd fret. Second string to the open string, and then play this A suspended 2nd chord to end it. Now, this is obviously this is in C. Is what we're doing this because we got it capoed, and this is a C here with a capo. All right. So it's a cool little thing to maybe put together and see if you can get it up to speed. It switches to 5s at the end, so you got to be able to make sure you're playing the whole thing to where you can keep up. Now that instead of just doing 16th notes, we have quintuplets starting in measure 5. So you have to be playing measures 1 through 4 at a tempo that you can actually play 5s in. So since it's you're gonna have to jack up the speed a little bit. All right, I hope you guys had fun with this lick. It's and then it inspires you to do kind of similar licks. Just stick the capo wherever you want. It really brings the action down and really facilitates some faster playing styles. All right, I'll see you guys soon at GuitarLessons365.com. Bye bye.